desert. Maybe the first thought that crossed his mind was this: look, I have allergies. Like, I think I'm allergic to the desert. I don't want to go to Barstow. No, don't make me go to Barstow. Or maybe, look, I'm feeling some bad karma on this whole desert gig. Maybe he thought he was just having a bad dream, a nightmare. Maybe he thought this angel was losing it. Hey, look, everyone's entitled to miss it here and there. Come on. Maybe this angel had mistaken Philip for someone else. I think you were going to talk to someone else. You got the wrong guy here. Yes, Philip could have easily justified staying in Samaria, where the revival was flourishing. He could have stayed in his comfort zone. But know this: true obedience has a willingness to listen. It has a willingness to get out of our comfort zone. It has a willingness to do something that's completely out of our elements. Yes, Philip obeyed his calling from God, even when it didn't make sense. For God had another plan to change the course and the direction of a man's life. This Ethiopian. Who knows if God didn't use this man to take this message back to Ethiopia? Who knows if the solid foundation for all of Africa was built on this man coming to know Christ as a Savior in his chariot? We have Boko Haram, that's this Muslim-led, ISIS joined together killer that's down there killing women and children and killing men and raping and pillaging and all of this. Man, why? Because they're trying to force people to leave Christianity to go to Islam. Kill, change, or die. What's your choice? And who knows if that whole foundation for Christ that's in Africa all came from this Ethiopian eunuch. God had a plan. God had a plan for this man's life. He had a plan for this man's country, for this man's people. So Philip headed for the desert. Know this: Philip is no different than you or me. He was a young man with a decision, and he made it. Somewhere along the path of his life, Philip decided he wanted his life to count. Philip decided he wanted to be everything that God had called him to be. It was Oswald Chambers that said this quote: God plants his saints in the most useless places, and we say, I should be over there, or I will be more useful. Yet Jesus never estimates our usefulness by our standards. God puts his people where they will glorify him, and we are not capable of judging where that is, end quote. So where does this leave us today?
Joey, turn that off.
Where does it leave you? Where does it leave me? Well, many will say, yes, but if blank was different in my life, you filled in the blank. Well,
Joey,
if my job was different, if my marriage was different, my wife won't let me go anywhere unless I'm taking the trash out. She lets me go there. If my money situation was different, if the money was different, then this would happen. If if I only had a relationship, I'm just single, I'm just my life, if I had a relationship, listen, if I had someone who would feed my pet goldfish, we'd come up with all kinds of worthless excuses. If it was just different in my life, then I would go do this, or I would go do that for the Lord. But we are where we are we not? So my encouragement is this to you: allow God to use you where you are. Don't wait for the tomorrow to come. Don't wait for something to change in your life. Don't wait until your circumstances change. Today is the time for the true Christian.